Happy Sunday and happy Mother's Day to all the mums, Andrew, whether they're here or whether they're not, to anyone that's a mum, to anyone that is a fill-in mum, and to anybody that plays mum duties. Happy Mother's Day today. We are grateful for you all and we love you all dearly. How are you, buddy?
Very good, Jim. Exactly what you just said. I won't repeat it. That was beautifully said. And happy Mother's Day to everyone as well. So yeah, definitely hard work being a mum, isn't it, Jim?
Mate, it's the hardest job in the world, but probably one of the most gratifying. But tell me, how did it go at your place? You got young kids, and
Yep.
for them, it's really special because we're just starting to teach them what Mother's Day is all about. No doubt they do things at kinder and at school during the week and make cards for mum and little gifts. But how was it at your place this morning?
Look, yeah, exactly. You know, Christian at kinder did a couple of things for Lisa, which is, that's beautiful to see, you know, and he's right into it now. Obviously he's now 25, so he's pretty switched on. And this morning went and picked some flowers up for Lisa, and you know, he loves that. Obviously got some nice donuts as well, nice breakfast donuts. Not the usual breakfast, but well deserved. And that was it. Had a bit of a sleep in this morning, so now go for a nice walk in this nice day, waiting for my mum actually to come over for lunch.
Good.
And that's it, Jimmy.
Beautiful, mate, beautiful. And another day of good results yesterday across Melbourne, Andrew. We've seen Barry Plant Group, our group, 78 sold from 98 for a preliminary 80% clearance. And we've seen some varied reports come through from the likes of CoreLogic, REIV, Domain, realestate.com. But I think CoreLogic had the most results, Andrew. They'd collected 1,255 results as of this morning, and they reported a clearance of 76%. So if we assume that it's going to be somewhere around 75, 77% across Melbourne, it's still a healthy clearance rate, yeah?
Oh, spot on, Jim. You know, if we look back what it was 12, 18 months ago, completely flipped on its head, of course, for a number of reasons. But yeah, definitely strong. Anything we know, anything above 70% is still a very strong market.
My word it is. For our group, 7 from 9 yesterday. Andrew, we negotiated some beforehand. I think early in the week there were some strong offers, and 37 Queens Parade in Hillside sold prior to auction for
810,000.
810,000. Lass did a great job at Two Heart Place in Taylor's Lake, sold that for 982,000.
Yeah, great result.
And you negotiated a brilliant outcome at 5 Salisbury Court in Hillside at a price of?
Yeah, 1,255,000. So
boom.
Yeah, no, really happy with that result. We again talk about strong offers, right? Like that's another one there, which we were quoting 1 to 1.1, which our vendors were more than happy with, of course. Had an opening offer of 1.2 come to the table, which a gentleman that missed it at home during the week, and then I had a late comer come on the open for inspection on Thursday, so hence why we going to sell it prior to auction, and then he got involved and ended up selling for an extra 55 grand above obviously the opening offer. So yeah, great result in the Regency estate.
Yeah, good result. We had a couple that passed in yesterday, Andrew. 91 Catherine Drive in Hillside. That one was passed in and is now available at 7 to 750.
Yeah, great value.
Great value. It's a good home, right?
Yeah.
And that's an interesting one. I think that's one where people looked at the quote range and assumed that it's going to sell for more.
Yeah, correct.
And scares them. And that's not the case. The property is going to sell in the quote range.
Correct.
That particular one. Now, vendors have got the right to change their reserve and alter their expectations based on the feedback they receive. But it doesn't happen on every single one. And 10 Benjamin Court, another one that you got pretty close there, negotiated at 660 versus 679. So we'd like to think that would hopefully negotiations will continue. And that will hopefully get done. But the ones that sold, we started, I was out at King Drive yesterday with Sash in the Stonnybrook estate. And I've got to tell you, this one was incredible. It was a one bid auction. So what happened about 2 weeks ago, we sold number 8 next door, and that got 570,000. Now, they're very, very similar properties. yesterday we get there to the auction, bit of a crowd, get out there, do the opening spiel as we normally do, call for an opening bid. There's a group of young guys, these 3 young guys together, they're hovering, right? They're just hovering there. They're all on their vapes and they're vaping away and they're talking, you know. I call for an opening bid and the bloke goes, whack, 570, right? So I looked straight at him. I sort of just took a step back and said, wow, that's a really good, strong opening bid, sir. I wish you the best of luck. Now, it was over reserve. It was going to sell, right? Mm-hmm. So I called for $1,000 bids. He scared the daylights out of everyone. His tactic worked. Even though I was over reserve, I didn't announce it. I stopped. I went in, back into the vendors just so that they understood, hey, this guy's blasted the daylights out of everybody. Are you happy? They go, yeah, man, we're happy. Sell it, you know, go for it. So went out, put it on the market, called for thousands, couldn't get anything else. Bang, sold. The whole auction took a minute.
Well, we speak about it at our auctions all the time. So, mate, you know, anyone that makes an opening bid, you never know, it might be your lucky day, right? So it can happen from time to time.
And I've got to tell you, Andrew, you got to see afterwards, these 2 guys, right, there's a row of 9 terrace houses. So one of them's bought number 8. This guy's bought number 10. They're mates. He's grabbing the auction flag. He's waving it around like he's at the soccer and they're yelling out, ole, 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 you know. And the other neighbours a couple of doors down, they go, oh, shit, man, I think we're in for some trouble. We might have to sell.
Sash has got more listings coming up.
If these 2 guys are going to party all the time, God help us. But congratulations to them. That was a great outcome. Then we went to 30 Tasman Crescent in Taylor's Lakes. Nonna's house.
Nonna's house, 21 years. She built that home with her lovely husband. He's moving to a retirement home, or nursing home, sorry. And she's there on her own at the moment. The children live a couple of doors down. And it was just time for her to downsize. So their house was absolutely pristine, as you can imagine. Nonna's house, right? Look, a lovely family, and sold to a local resident, just a few doors down. Bought it for his son. Never seen it before. Saw it on auction day and purchased it. So,
you know, good story there. And I'll tell you what was interesting when you were calling that one. I was penciling for you, and what was interesting, you know, you had 4 or 5 bidders, 4 I think, and 2 of them were going hammer and tong all along. The eventual bidder and a young girl with her, looked like she had her family, her mum and dad with her helping her. There were 2 other buyers that essentially made 1 bid each, right? Because it obviously went over what they expected. They really had to think about it very quickly and made 1 bid. The guy that bought it was super determined. And, you know, he lives virtually 5 houses away, just around the corner. And as you say, purchased it for his son, who's getting married in a few weeks' time. And they want to be close by. So great outcome there. And from there, you went to Sandalwood. Tell us about that.
Sandalwood was a great first home or first home buyer's delight, more or less. And again, we had a good crowd, probably about 30, 40 buyers there. We had 4 bidders that obviously we knew that were registered for the auction, and that went to plan, you know. So sold at $615,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, double garage. But a real, you know, look, how can we say it? It's an entry-level home into Hillside, really, more or less. And the buyers, you know, when you talk about, you know, suppose selling these really grand homes and so forth, but I really appreciate and love seeing first-home buyers enter the market. When I purchased my first home and how you feel. And this lovely young couple, we as a team been dealing with it for a very, very long time. Kept on seeing them come to our auctions and kept missing out, unfortunately, as unfortunately someone has to. And then yesterday, they were determined to buy this home, and they did, and they've secured a lovely home.
Yeah, they did a great job. And I've got to say, another one, 9 Wilpena Court out in St Albans, John Nakic, Chow Tran did a fantastic job out there. Modern home, really good looking home. They had a fantastic crowd, really big crowd. And that sold for $732,000, which topped up our 7 out of 9, Andrew. So for us, which was great. And during the week, Andrew, you had a couple of fantastic pre-market sales out in Hillside 2000. Yeah. Do you want to just touch on those?
Yeah, Jim. So obviously we had the opportunity to sell a lovely family's home in Castle Boulevard, as we know. We've touched on that before. Got a great result of 1,866. Obviously, there's a lot of vendors that live in there, been there for many, many years, as you know yourself. And obviously, what happens is it's time for them to downsize, right? So they saw that result, and a couple of vendors obviously thought, you know what, great. If that's what market's at the moment, we'll obviously sell as well. But one of them actually was on the market a couple of times actually over the last couple of years and couldn't get a sale. They obviously called us in, gave us the opportunity, and that has now sold for 1.7.
Yep.
So we'll disclose obviously the result moving forward once it's actually gone unconditional. And then a home just around the corner from there as well. A lovely Maltese family that owns this property, and we've sold that for 1760 as well. So 1,760,000. So really good to be a part of those couple of sales, especially at the upper end of the market. But look, Hillside 2000, Sugargum, they're beautiful estates, right? So and the young families buying these homes, Jim, too. You know, they're probably in late 30s, early 40s, a couple of young kids, and it's going to be a home that they can enjoy for many years to come. So regardless of what they pay today, it's going to be relevant in years to come.
Well, they're buying a lifestyle, and we know that those estates offer exactly that. We know that predominantly there are a lot of tradies because they're half-acre blocks and 1.5 acre blocks, and it gives them room where they can not only have their family at home but run their business. And while we're on that, Andrew, if we could, and look, well done, by the way, outstanding. Two sales at almost $2 million each to be done pre-market during the week. On top of the ones that we've done the week before is outstanding. But a really, really good standout result yesterday. Ghislaine Digby and Nick Pugliese out at our Gladstone Park office had a property, a stunning property, incredible property, 5-year-old home, custom built, beautifully designed, impeccably finished at 10 Inverness Mews in Greenvale. They knew that it was going to perform well based on the feedback, had 122 groups through the property, through the campaign. They had a reserve of 2.1 million set yesterday. The opening bid was 2.2 million. Fierce competition went on to sell for $2.6 million, $500,000 over the reserve. Outstanding result. And it's not about some of these results that we're talking about. I hate actually talking about over reserves, because if the reserve was 3 million, it would have sold for 400 less. Big deal, right? It's like we say to vendors, your properties, we believe, based on comparable data, is somewhere between here and here. If they want $100,000 more, it's their house. They're entitled to it. They probably won't get it. But if they do, good luck to them, right? We're the conduit between the vendor and the buyers, and our job is to establish what the buying public's prepared to pay. Anyway, I've gone off track. The fact is, an incredible result that sets a new benchmark for that estate, and that result, just like any strong result in any area, is amazing because it helps all the other vendors. It helps every other property. It sets a new benchmark, and then everything follows suit. I mean, if you look very, very quickly just through Taylor's Lakes, look at the old part of Taylor's Lakes. There's nothing under 700s now, right?
I've seen the results. I actually saw last night. I was actually speaking to a client of mine. We're going to sell their property in the next couple of months, and they live in the old part next to Chichester, Prince Albert, that kind of pocket there. Yeah. And by the way, we had another great result in Prince Albert as well. Yeah, great result there. I don't know if we want to quickly touch on that, but we can touch on that during the week. And that sold for over $1 million. But, we look at a home, that 3-bedroom unrenovated property, selling for in the mid-eights. It's quite incredible to see those results, in that part of Taylor's Lakes as well.
Well, it's about understanding that that's the new normal now, right? That's where it sits. That's the new normal. And for many years, Andrew, we've been saying, and I've been saying in particular, that areas like Taylor's Lakes, Hillside, our patch, are undervalued for the distance that we are to the city. Being able to get into town in 20, 25 minutes, call it 30 minutes. Any other way, any other direction you go in Melbourne, if you go north, northeast, southwest, wherever you want, or southeast, wherever you want to go, you're paying more money for the same distance. So, for too long, the area has been undervalued, and it's now starting to find its niche because infrastructure is wonderful, accessibility is wonderful, and community, it's a great place to be, right? So
that's what it's about as well. I was just about to say that the community in our area, like the schools, the parks, even the way our clients and obviously vendors keep their properties. If you go past these streets, like, we've always touched on this. I know that you love that pocket of Chichester Drive, right? Panamuna, Prince Albert, Queen Vic, all those. Oh, they're amazing streets. Like just, as I said, if you're buying a home at 850, 900 there, it's still very good value behind, right? But that's why we're starting to see a lot of competition through that corridor. So, you go back 24 months ago, again, you could buy something in, mid sixes to seven, thereabouts. You just can't do that anymore. And it shouldn't be that price anyway. So I definitely think these homes are definitely getting what they're worth today. And why not? They're in a superb location. You've got everything that you need.
Yeah, exactly. So, Andrew, as we just move forward, I'm just getting my diary up. So if we talk about the coming Saturday, we have got a couple of the properties have already been sold before, but auction next week, 11 a.m., 22 Hannah Avenue in Hillside. Do you want to just give everyone a little bit of a summary on that one?
Yeah, definitely, Jim. We've had so far just over 55 groups go through, 55 to 6 buyers go through. So that again is a first home buyer's delight, and it could also be someone downsizing as well, because a lot of downsizers obviously still want a bit of gardening and whatnot they want to do for those green thumbs. There's obviously Europeans, and there's a beautiful veggie patch that they love. So it's still a really good property. Our vendors are moving a little bit further out to Gisborne, so hence why that's on the market. So that looks like it's going to go really strong as well. So,
and then from there we go to 30 Sunningdale Drive.
Yeah, another one. A couple of first home opportunities next week. Actually, after that we got Jade Way as well. So Sunningdale Drive, same thing. First home buyers. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, double garage, 375 square meters of land. Had a lot of investors go through that property there because rental income is still quite healthy. And that one there's probably had about 80 groups go through.
And it's good. And it's good to see the investors back in. And also on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock, Tuesday the 11th, we've got 42 Piedmont Terrace in Taylors Hill going to auction as well if it doesn't sell beforehand. So a lovely, lovely home. I was there yesterday at the open home with Justin. Got a gorgeous outdoor entertaining area. It was stunning. Stunning. I actually need to speak to your vendor because I noticed he's got 2 different types of outdoor heaters. He's got the heat strip and then he's got the other carbon ceramic ones. And I want to ask him which ones are the better ones because I need to get one for out there. So,
that he's got in his house is unbelievable.
Mate, the technology in that house is incredible. The wiring, unreal.
He loves his fitness. He's an absolute machine, actually, and he's got the best legs I've ever seen. But look, a really nice home. So we do have interest in that property. So there's every chance that might sell, but we'll touch on that later on as well. And then obviously after Sunningdale Drive on Saturday, we have a lovely unit. Well, not really a unit, a street-facing, single-fronted, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single garage. Once again, a lot of first-home buyers. This one's got plenty of interest on downsizes as well, and obviously the investors are back in as well. So next week, it's all about first-home buyers, Jim.
It is, and we love dealing with the first-home buyers. And whilst we're on first-home buyers, just a quick update on everyone with Terrace Square, wonderful development on Melton Highway. The slabs, Andrew, went down during the week. So the people that have bought there some time ago are really, really wrapped because they're seeing some movement, they're seeing construction. There's still some opportunities remaining there for people to get into a property within 400 metres of water gardens, brand new, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, double garages at $549. Exceptional value, yeah?
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more, mate. If you look at what they offer at the moment, and the good thing about it is, with confidence moving forward, people can actually see them now starting to move, which is great. So as you touched on, the slabs are down. So any first home buyers, the incentives are absolutely insane. So definitely call our team to get some information about those, and obviously investors as well, right? You're going to get a great rental return, only a few hundred meters down from the station and water gardens. Can't go wrong.
Fantastic, and so that's it on the property front. But before we finish off, Andrew, just a special shout out, if I could, on this week's charity involvement that we did was with the Susan Alberti Medical Research Foundation on Thursday. Had their annual Mother's Day luncheon, and it's something that we've been fortunate to be involved with since its inception. Susan Alberti, or Sue Alberti. To those that know Sue, is probably one of the most inspirational,
incredible women that I've ever had the good fortune to meet. I absolutely love her to bits. And whenever the phone rings and she asks if I can go and do some auctions, mate, you couldn't keep me away. I love that lady. I just absolutely love what she's done for science, for research. She's an incredible philanthropist. Gives so much to medical research and to science. And she's the woman that has single-handedly underpinned the AFLW. She is a super advocate for women in sport, women in science, and does an incredible job. And it was a great luncheon, Andrew, wasn't it?
Jim, it was fantastic. Something that I'm very grateful that you invited me to. And only men in the room, the group.
One table.
One table. So a little bit intimidating, but no, look, what a beautiful day, you know. And if you look at obviously what this lady has done, it's incredible. And something that actually I was with the gentleman at the Craigieburn and Coburg office, actually telling them exactly what you obviously are a part of, and you know, what a fantastic gesture that you offer, you know, calling these auctions and being a part of. It's something that we all inspire doing. And yeah, to be someone that's invited to these events, obviously, you must be very loved, Jim. That's as simple as that. So,
well, I love them too, mate. But and you know, I always get to see every year my great mate Craig Willis, the voice of football, Wendy Stapleton singing a few numbers. I mean, it's just a great event. But more importantly, all the funds go towards, for this particular luncheon, all the funds go towards supporting the women scientists at St Vincent's Institute of Medical Research. And that's also another place that's very, very close to my heart, having sat on the foundation board there for some 10, 11 years. Wow. But Andrew, Mother's Day, it's what time is it? 10:30.
Jim.
It's time for you to go and spend some time with your kids and your wife. Mum's coming over soon for lunch for you. I know my daughter's arranged a dinner tonight for us to take her mum out, my lovely wife. And
Mother's Day.
Yes, yeah. Happy Mother's Day, Georgie. Shout out to Georgie girl. And so, mate, I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yeah, look forward to another big week. And yes, let's just get it done. Very excited. Monday's gym is probably the best day of the week for me. So look forward to another massive week for the team. And enjoy the day, Jim. And to all the mothers out there, again, have a great day with your families and enjoy. And it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. So
exactly. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. See you, Andrew.
See you guys. Bye-bye.